What's up, boys? So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down kind of the marketing funnel that your favorite freelance brand scaler used to make 6 figures a month. I'm going to be breaking down the exact funnel that Bredscale uses, Raspy uses, Harley uses, Josh Hill uses, all these big freelance brand scalers that you see on social media, that you see making like millions of dollars a year, like $600,000 a month. Doing freelance brand scaling use this funnel in one way or another, so that's really just what I'm going to be breaking down today. So the first thing that I'm going to go over is that we are not using cold calling in 2026. When you're using cold calling, it just doesn't work in 2026, and making a content funnel that these big people are using just works way better. Because when you cold call someone, immediately what happens is it gives the business you're calling all of the authority. That means all of the authority to make you work for less money, work longer hours, and also that means that you're at the business of the business owner. So this means if let's say John calls me and John's like, hey Van, I need you to make me 20 creatives in the next hour or else you're fired. I want to keep him on this call. I want to keep him I want to keep working for him so I can keep on making money. So I'm going to work my ass off to get those 10 creatives done. And most likely, since it's 10 creatives in an hour, that's not enough time for me to do that and make high enough quality creatives for it to convert well. So what's going to happen is these creatives are going to be bad anyways, and I'm going to lose the client anyways. So it's just, not only does cold calling it makes you at the mercy of the business owner, but also what it does is it just gets you worse clients overall, because it shifts the power dynamic where instead of you acting like you know what you're doing and you doing everything confidently in a confident manner that works, actually it makes you work under somebody that doesn't really know what they're doing. They're kind of just telling you what to do and kind of guessing on what to do, which means that most of the time things are just going to be unsuccessful, as if it was a random person running paid ads. It's just you're their tool almost. Another reason is that business get these calls all day, 24/7. Business get these calls from call centers in India being like, yo bro, let me get you want to buy this keyboard, you want to buy this AI automation service. So it's you sound repetitive, you don't sound any different, and this already starts you off the wrong foot. And also it makes you sound basic and annoying. Why is this person going to want to work with you and work at the price that you're meant to operate at if you sound the exact same as every single person? Even if you are using a different type of opener, even if you are using a fancy opener to get their attention or to break the ice a little bit, that can only do so much. And also, the biggest thing is that you're wasting your time calling these businesses that either don't pick up or schedule a business call. Sure, let's say they do, which is the best case scenario, and then they ghost you. And then after that, you're just in the loop over and over again. You're cold calling the business. They've already heard this thousands of times. They're kind of frustrated with you. Best scenario here is that they schedule a sales call, right? And you hop on it. Let's say in 3 days you hop on it. And then in the sales call, either A or B. B, they don't show up. A, they show up and they don't work at the price that you want. So should you really be spending all this time, spending 6 hours a day, 8 hours a day, even just maybe not even that much, 3 hours a day, cold calling these businesses when you could create an actual funnel, a real system almost that can be working for you while you sleep? Well, this is what a content funnel actually is, and now let's break that down. So what is a marketing funnel? As you can see here, there are 3 parts of a marketing funnel, and the top one is just the top of the funnel. This is really just small things like short form videos, stories, things to really warm up your audience and bring up some trust between you and your client. Because another aspect about cold calls is, let's say you do schedule that sales call, right? That means you have 3 days to establish enough trust for your client to want to buy at the actual price that you want to work at. And most of the time that is enough. 3 days is not enough time for you to be able to convince your client to pay $6,000 for your online business or $6,000 for your advertising service or whatever you're selling. So yeah, the top funnel is mainly just like short form videos, things that grabs people attention, like how I made 100,000 with my clothing brand last month. Here's my 10x ROAS that I got for this clothing brand. Here's a 2.0 conversion rate that I made for this e-com store the other day. It's just things like that that not only grab your ICP's just actual attention and it makes them build trust with you, but also it makes them actually like believe in the service that you're providing. Because when people don't have any belief in the service that you're providing, then why would people want to buy from you? Because sure, there's actual proof and then there's also social proof. And social proof goes a lot more way than actual real life proof. Are you going to buy something from the person that might have a Lamborghini? They might have a $5 million house, but they don't post about it? Or are you going to buy a course, or let's say a actual advertising service from the person that posts their wins, that posts their system and breaks down what they actually do? In business, there is a psychology, especially with marketing, there's a psychology where the more that your buyer understands what they're buying, the more they're going to buy it. Because the less the person understands what they're buying, the more they're going to think it's a scam, the more they're going to think it isn't real and they should be worried about it. All right. Let's go to number 2. So number 2 of the marketing funnel is the middle funnel. Now, this is more just longer form videos like day in the life videos or background work videos. Just more videos to build even more trust with your audience. Also, another thing in here that I forgot to mention on here is your profile. Especially on things like Instagram, having a good profile is the most important aspect of this actual marketing funnel, because sure, people could be clicking on your reels all day, they could be looking at your stories all day, but if they go to your profile and you don't have any results, you don't have any testimonies, you don't have any past work, then how are they going to know that you're not just some AI behind the camera? How are they going to know that you are legitimate with your actual business? So having a profile is very important, and also not having a profile but actually making a brand. Because people like me, I know all the knowledge. I know how to run ads for $6,000, $600,000 businesses, but do I have the brand behind me? No, not yet. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to build an actual brand, build an actual identity so that people want to work with me. Because sure, I might know the knowledge, but it's like in school. Do you want to work with the brainiac that knows everything, or do you want to work with your best friend because they're fun to work with? Most of the time, you choose your best friend over the brainiac, even though the brainiac would probably get you the better grade. I'm not saying that I'm better than all these gurus posting every single day that have a bigger following than me, but I'm saying I could be pretty close, just I don't have the identity and I don't have the brand, which is why I need to follow my own marketing video. I need to work on this, and that's what I'm currently working on right now. This is why I'm making this video, to build my brand identity, to build my identity as a freelance brand scaler, as a media buyer or ads runner, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, the middle funnel is more just longer form videos to build that trust and to just have more social proof. That is the biggest aspect of making this marketing funnel even work in the first place. And then finally, we have the bottom funnel videos. These are more things like case studies to show how your service can actually help your ICP and how you can help your ideal customer with their actual problem that they have. In these videos, not only do you need to make sure that you break down the problem bit by bit, but also you need to explain truly on how to fix that bit by bit. Because sure, you don't want to give away everything that you'll be selling in a course. You don't want to be giving everything that you'd be giving away when you're actually working with your client. But like I said earlier, the more your client understands about the service that they're buying, about the thing that they're actually going to be spending their hard-earned money on, then that's the more that they're going to want to buy it. Let's say I'm looking for a mentorship, right? And I want to find a mentorship about becoming a better freelance brand scaler. And there's option A and option B. Option A has 3 different parts. It has the part about marketing, it has the part about running the actual ads, and it has the part about getting clients. Versus one that has actual running the ads, that has marketing, and that also has how to find clients. But in those, it specifically tells me, like, the details of it. Are you going to choose the one that just has the blank things that you don't know what's really in it? Or are you going to choose the one that's fully in depth, because then you're 100% more confident and you actually know what you're buying? That just makes sense, and it should make sense to you. All right, now finally we're going to go over, why do these content funnels actually work? Because let's see here. First, the picture we got is you while you stay up doing cold calls. You're tired. You've been cold calling all days. It's just rejection after rejection after rejection after rejection. And it's just people being mean to you, not because they don't like your service, not because you're a bad person, but like I've said earlier, because they get these calls every single day. They're just like you. They want a real client. They want a real person to do business with. So when they have more people just offering them services or offering them products that they can buy, to sure, it might help their business, but they don't want that. That's not their actual problem. But then here's me posting 3 short form videos and a YouTube video, getting inbound leads overnight. By making these YouTube videos, if you can just have a type form in the description, which is what I actually do, you can have people fill that out and list their problems and list their interests and list all these pre-qualifying questions that you would need for an optimal lead. and an optimal client. Like, and that's another aspect about this that I didn't even mention. By being able to post these videos, not only do you have people that actually want to work with you because they're going to find your videos versus people that you're actually calling, but also in these videos, then you can have forums that ask more qualifying questions. Like, think about yourself, think about these forums as if you were to run a lead gen ad campaign. On the lead gen ad campaign, most likely you're going to have a form to get rid of all the tire kickers, to get rid of all the people that are just filling out the form for fun or whatever. So on this form, I can have qualifying questions like, all right, how long have you been running your clothing brand? What is your conversion rate? What is your annual revenue? In 3 months, what are some things that you want to have done and that you want improved in your actual clothing brand? It's just things like that that make me truly understand what my potential client is going through and working with before I hop on the actual sales call, so I have more of an idea on how I can make the sales call go better. And then the biggest thing is you can post short content every day. And the biggest thing here is that you can post short content every single day, which slowly turns into viewers and which slowly turns into customers while you sleep. These videos will still get views like a year later. They'll still get views 2 years later, especially when they're good, high quality videos that actually give out real information. And now here's going through another branch that I kind of talked about. Inbound leads. Now, inbound leads are way better than like cold outreach leads because inbound leads gives you the authority not to only work at the price that you want, but it's the price that you actually deserve to be paid at. It's like if you were to have Jeff Bezos start a dropshipping business for you or start an Amazon business for you, wouldn't you want to pay him like millions of dollars what he's actually worth? He wouldn't work for less than that, so you shouldn't be working for less than that either. And then also it lets you focus on more things, like more actual ROI tasks that push the needle, that help you work farther in your actual business instead of just the cycle over and over and over again of you just reaching out to the business, scheduling the sales call. Hopefully they show up to the sales call. Oh, no, they didn't. So I have to reach out to more businesses and I have to do cold calling every single day. And it's just worse and worse and worse. And sure, I'm getting better at it over time. But realistically, every time you're cold calling, you're just spinning the wheel, hoping that the person says yes. And then when they say yes to a sales call, you spin the wheel on the sales call, see if they show up to that. And then most likely they probably won't because they're either working with an actual customer that they have or they just don't even bother because they don't care. And then another thing about inbound leads is, like I said, people see your videos 24/7, which means people are slowly becoming your clients while you sleep. This is the biggest and my personal favorite part about content funnels because I can make a video while I'm out on a cruise ship. I can make a video literally like in the beginning of the day before I go to school, and then when I come home I'll have 3 inbound leads, 4 inbound leads of people that I can sift through and then go and schedule onto a sales call to hopefully close for 750 retainer or a percentage of whatever type of business they are actually running. But yeah, these are the 3 biggest things, and this is a content funnel that your favorite freelance brand scalers use to make 6 figures a month. If you guys have any questions about this, I'd be happy to answer them. I know this wasn't too in-depth. It was kind of just like a base idea and base overview what a content funnel is with all the actual pros and cons of it. I actually didn't mention too many cons because realistically there aren't any. The worst part about making a content funnel is that people see your videos, and sure, when you start they'll make fun of you, but who really cares? You're making this to get real clients to make real money, not for your friends to be entertained by, not for them to laugh at you. So if it's not meant for these people, and if the people that you're making it for aren't laughing at you, then why does it even matter? But yeah, subscribe and like the video. Let me know what other videos you want to see in the comment. If you are interested in working with me to run your ads, you're even just to do some consulting, I'd be happy to help you. Just fill out the form in the link in the description.